Could this finally be the year for the Cleveland Cavs to get their ultimate shot at winning a championship without LeBron James, that is? They've been the most consistent team thus far this season until recently. And they're trying to rest up, they're trying to shape themselves now to get, ready for the playoffs. It's
That's
about
it.
that time, man. So, how are you feeling about the Cleveland Cavaliers and their chances to actually win it all? You think have we seen the ceiling for the Cavs, or do you think their best is yet to come?
I think we've seen the ceiling for the Cavs just
Mm,
because they're gonna have to go through the Celtics.
yeah,
Celtics definitely are
it's
gonna
the
have
Celtics.
all that stuff in order. They've been playing together for a few years now. They just won the chip. Just got a new owner too. Somebody just bought the Celtics.
Yeah, like for 6 point some billion
1 billion.
dollars.
So, hey, they looking live right now. But Cleveland, man, Cleveland is doing very well. I mean, I was saying that in the beginning of the season, man, you just got to be consistent. During the playoffs, whatever, you play the same team three, four, five, six, 7 times. So they're going to be constantly making adjustments or whatever. Can you make those adjustments? Because man, people gonna try to come at you. They're gonna try to hit the deep three. They're gonna try to come in. You know what I'm saying? Get Allen and Mobley in foul trouble. They're gonna try to do everything or whatever to get you off your feet. But I feel like they can maybe probably go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think that's where the road stops.
The way I see it, the Eastern Conference Finals matchup is set in stone. It's the Boston Celtics, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is
Hmm.
definitely the Eastern Conference Finals matchup we are going to get. No doubt about that in my mind. Can they beat Boston in a 7 game series, you think? Can they do it? They're 2-2 against the Celtics this year.
They
They
are.
remember to start the regular season. Cleveland started 15-0 to start the
Hmm.
regular season. Remember that? They were 15 and
Definitely.
0. And their
I like
first
Vikings.
loss came at the hands of who?
Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir, it was. No big deal. You win 15 games in a row, then you drop one. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But to the Celtics, yeah, that kind of stings a little bit. But you gotta think though, a 7 game series this year, that's gonna be tougher against Boston because if they have a healthy Kristaps Porzingis available at their dispense, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tougher. And but I think they match up good though. Like if you look at Cleveland's roster, they have a championship worthy roster,
They
man.
do. They
They
do.
do. You got Donovan Mitchell becoming that leader that we always talked about, and
Mhm.
he's always dependable for buckets, 24 points a game. We know the man can score. He does it
Yeah.
very
No matter
efficiently.
what. Hmm.
You got Darius Garland this year averaging 20 a game and almost 7 assists, and he's cut down a decent amount on his turnover, so that's a good sign.
And that's a
Evan
big
Mobley,
that's a big step up. That's a big step up because he'll come around and give you 12. He'll give you a consistent 12, man, like all
yeah,
the
he stepped
time
his game
last
up.
year. But he
Yeah,
definitely
he
stepped
stepped
that
his
stuff
game up
up
big
though. So
time.
so 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 that's one of the major reasons that they're doing well.
And then you got Evan Mobley. He's having the best season of his career so far, like when it comes to scoring this year, averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds a game.
Mhm.
He doesn't get talked about enough or a lot at
No,
all.
at
He's
all.
kind of like that slept-on player behind, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Man, he really don't. And if they talk about a big man over there in Cleveland, obviously they're talking
It's gonna
about
be
big dog Jared
Allen.
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 Top 10 guy, top 10 dog in rebounding. He's gonna be a defensive pain in the ass always. He's a hustler. Jared Allen is a fucking
That
monster.
guy,
He is.
stud.
He is.
Stud in the
Then
middle.
they got Max Strus over there who's got the long range on in check. And then you got Karis LeVert. That's the ideal role player off the
Mhm.
bench with a spark. And then speaking of off the bench with a spark. They traded for DeAndre Hunter, who is going to
Mhm.
stand on business come playoff time, coming off that
And
bench, coming to the game, getting you some solid minutes, bro. That's a huge pickup in that trade from
yes,
Atlanta
it
that they
is.
got, man. So that's a championship worthy roster when you sit there and look at it. Cleveland definitely can do it. And obviously 2-2 against Boston so far. It's definitely gonna has the potential for a 7 game
Seven
series.
games.
I'm
Mhm.
sniffing 7 games already, and this is still a little bit of ways away. So
Like I
that's
say,
what it.
barring any injuries, that's like the
Barring any
main
injuries,
thing.
that's set in stone.
That's the main thing. That's
Facts.
all I. That's all I feel like because Boston, man, shooting so many 3 pointers, bro. Like if they start missing all those 3 pointers, man, there was one game they shot 63 pointers, bro. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like that's too many. 60 3-pointers. You can live and die by that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
A lot of teams do. That's like NBA policy. I think that's in their
Right.
handbook now. You gotta accumulate. You have to shoot, have so many 3-point attempts per
Mhm.
minutes played, and blah blah blah. It's crazy. You
Steph
thank
Curry
Steph Curry
factor.
for that shit.
Right. Steph Curry
Period.
factor. That's it.
But outside of any drastic injury, yeah, it's gonna be Cleveland Boston in the finals. 'Cause it ain't gonna be the Knicks. The Knicks are sitting at third. You don't know what you're gonna get from the Knicks. They're gonna be worn down. They lose stupid games to teams they shouldn't all the time. I can't understand it, man. I really can't. 4-6 in their last 10. The Pacers can be a pain in the ass. They're gonna be a pain in the ass because they beat some solid teams. Do you know the Cavaliers this season, when we're talking about the Cavs, they have an 11-1 division record this year. Their one loss came at the hands of the Pacers.
The
So
Pacers,
I mean, the Pacers are hustlers, man, and they've been playing good, and they are great at pulling wins
they
together,
match
man.
up. They match up
Man, late
well
game, they're
with
crucial, bro. Crucial.
Siakam, and Turner,
Yeah,
Halliburton.
Halliburton, man, they
Yeah,
got a squad. Matherin over there, they have such a squad.
right.
Nembhard, like they have a fucking
Embiid.
solid team over there.
Exactly.
They got a
Exactly.
great young team in Indy, no
Yeah.
doubt. Milwaukee, I don't think so. With
Mm-mm.
Giannis, Bobby Portis, he's suspended. He'll be, I think, just back maybe for playoffs and all that. But I don't think him and Lillard, I don't think that's enough, man. I just don't think that's gonna work over there. I think they're gonna come up short in Milwaukee. And Atlanta, nope, not gonna happen. Orlando, nope, not gonna happen. So, yeah,
Right.
definitely Cleveland, definitely Boston.